Alright guys, I guess we could call this part 3, I guess, of the Mortal Kombat 3 restoration or fix-up. So as you can see, I've added some wood putty to a couple of different areas on the control panel. What I decided to do on the front panel here is, instead of trying to find a thin piece of wood, I decided to just fill it in with wood putty, and then I'm going to sand it down so it's all even and nice and smooth. I ordered from Game On Graphics a brand new control panel set, front, sides, and top. So when that comes in, I'll apply those. I've also repainted the front of the cabinet because there were some scratches and some dings and things here and there on it. So just kind of touched it up. I went around the glass retaining bezel. As you can see, that's installed again. What I did is I put some wood glue in the gap here, put it back on the 3 little brads, and then clamped it for a couple hours. Then I just kind of forged this up. I just squirted some wood glue in this groove here where everything was falling apart, and waited for that to dry. And then I'm starting to build up with some wood putty here so I can kind of shape it in a square shape. It's not going to be perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than what it was, and it will be a lot stronger. As you can see, I painted this whole piece here, so that's nice and clean. What else did I do? Touched up the side. I put some white paint on here, in this here. I don't know if I like it too much. I might take it out in this area here and just keep that white, so I'm not really sure. There's not really much you can do about this stuff. You know, I filled in a big gouge here with some wood putty and painted it black, so it looks halfway decent, but I also filled in another piece over here on the side and repainted that. I gotta sand that down and redo it. I don't like the way that turned out right there. You can kind of see the area that I applied the wood putty. That was more of a test spot than anything else. I also painted the top, the back, and the back panel of the entire cabinet black, so it'll be nice and shiny and fresh. I also painted the front of the Killer Instinct down there by the coin door. Those of you who keep on asking me about these Lexan control panel covers, this is one that I had made, and you can see how perfectly all the holes line up. There's no issues or problems with anything. Even the security holes line up absolutely perfect. So if you guys want these, I still have a few of them for Killer Instinct, MK1, MK2, MK3, and MK4. But they go fast, and they cost me a lot to make, and they're a pain in the ass for me to go pick up. They're about a half hour from my house. So if you guys want them, let me know. I still have some left. But back to this here. Unfortunately, when I took off the marquee behind the glass, it cracked. So that's another expense I'm going to have to do, is buy one of those, which is fine. They're like 30 bucks, but still, just another thing. I also fixed the light. It was like hanging down like here. So I fixed the bolt. The bolts are a little different, but I fixed it up. It's nice and tight. Also the monitor, since it didn't horizontally stretch or shrink, I sent the chassis out to P&L. It's a place I send my chassis to get repaired. So hopefully that will fix that issue, and I'll get this thing up and running. I'm probably going to sell this one because, you know, I have more money into it now than I think I can probably get back on it. But once I'm done with it, it'll look really nice and it'll look good in somebody's house. So it's not going to be perfect, but as far as operational and the way it will look, it'll look a hell of a lot better than it did. And these are extremely tough to find. So that's about it. Just a little update on the MK3, a little bit of the Killer Instinct of what I did there, which is not much, but just kind of painted a few spots. But this is kind of starting to come together fairly nice. The sides are looking pretty good. The other side is in very nice shape. This side here, as you can see, not real any scratches in the meat of the art. By the meat, I mean, you know, the whole center channel here. But along the edge is a lot of little dings and dents, but that's natural for an arcade cabinet anyway, so I'm not going to really worry about it. Like I said, the control panel, you know, I got the full-size midway decal, so I filled in any gouges with some wood putty, sanded it down, so I got a nice smooth surface to apply the decal. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to follow your MK Arcade Source's advice on this, which is not just peel them off and stick them, but I bought some 3M super adhesive spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it on this surface or on the back of the decal, depending on which one works best, and then apply it. That way it'll never come off. The other thing you got to do when you do this is you got to make sure you take these little brackets out. There's a bracket on the inside that the latch comes up and holds the control panel down. You want to remove that so you get these bolts out, and then you just kind of poke a little hole with a little tiny Phillips head screwdriver or something, and then apply them through the decal. That way they don't tear. So that's about it. I thought I'd give you guys a little what I'm doing. Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day here in Las Vegas, about 75 degrees, so that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.